going? So today on VK Sport, we're going to be discussing the KSI versus Logan Paul 2 fight. I obviously watched this event live. I did pay for it, unlike a lot of people out there who couldn't pay the $10 bloody US. $10 US. $10 US. That's all it was. That's all I paid. That's literally all I paid through fight.tv. My God. Anybody don't want to pay that to watch this fight? You know, like, unbelievable, eh? Unbelievable. But today, guys, we are going to be discussing this fight. It was a quality fight, not for professional fighting reasons, but for entertainment value. I thought it was an incredibly solid fight for a fight that was two professional debut boxers. Do remember that. This is a professional debut boxers. This isn't going to be any Muhammad Ali shit. This isn't going to be any Joe Frazier shit. This isn't going to be any Mike Tyson shit. This is two professional debut boxers. And they're also YouTubers, man. You know, this isn't even their real solid career. They may turn it into something. You know, obviously KSI won the fight, so he may turn it into something. Or Logan, he may turn it into something as well. But the point of the matter is that before we get into this video and discuss this fight, this was a professional debut. These two guys came out here and gave it a solid crack in the conditions that no one's really known. You know, no one really knows the conditions these fighters are in, considering the anomaly of the fact that they're social media stars rather than professional boxing stars. Now, guys, just before we get into this, I also want to say, you know, I'm going to appreciate both sides here, because I do appreciate both sides. KSI, for one, obviously I appreciate him for the fact that without him, I'm probably not doing YouTube. You know, he's one of the massive inspirations to my channel, even though we can do completely separate content. He's a massive inspiration to my channel, and I've been watching him for years upon years upon years. So I appreciate KSI. But also I appreciate Logan for the way that he faced his adversity, obviously with the Suicide Forest, and he faced his adversity, came out strong, and he really has changed his content for the better. He's matured his content, and I do really appreciate, you know, the steps that he's taken to improve himself from such a big mistake. Okay, now talking about the fight. Was it the greatest fight that I've ever seen? No. Professionally, no. But it was their debut, as I said before. Was it the greatest fight I've ever seen? Entertainment-wise, closely. Honestly, it was genuinely really close to one of the better fights that I've seen. Entertainment-wise, this is including everything from the pre-fight hype to the original Manchester event to the in-fight, you know, battle that these guys were having. You know, you knew how tense it was. You know, there was something on the line, like a massive deal on the line for both these guys. Everyone before the fight saying, like, one of their careers is going to end. And if someone had got knocked out, I believe that, you know, I don't know if it would have ended, but it would have taken a severe drop. And obviously as well, the fact that these guys' egos are absolutely massive. So there was a lot at stake here. There was a lot at stake here, and even the fans, everyone else outside of it was able to understand that, and that's why it was such a big deal. Now, some people are out here like saying this is an embarrassment to the sport. Well, no, it wasn't an embarrassment to the sport. It was a great, entertaining fight. It was definitely worth the $10 USD that I paid for, and I'm happy to see something else like this happen again. And the fact that these guys have a lot more on the table that they have to, you know, think about and win for is the reason why it's so entertaining. Because compared to actual boxers, their social media presence isn't their only livelihood. The boxing is their livelihood. So there's a lot of respect that can come in losing. In regards to this fight, it's very difficult to say that there was respect in losing or respect in getting knocked out, just because of the whole social media presence. In regards to the fight itself, I do believe KSI won. I genuinely believe JJ won. After the first 3 rounds, I was like, you know what, I think Logan has to knock him out, because I genuinely believe that KSI won the first 3 rounds. I thought that he was getting the clearest shots. I felt like, yeah, Logan was getting the jabs in, but in the same sense, I kind of feel like Logan was just a Joe Weller with a jab. That's all I honestly felt. I feel like he wasn't doing enough. He wasn't throwing the punches, and that's not an insult to Joe. I love Joe. I love his content. I love everything he does. But I think even Joe can admit that he didn't throw enough. Actually, no, he can admit, because he has put videos out before, but he can admit that he didn't throw enough punches. He didn't throw any punches, really. And I feel like that was what Logan was doing in the first 3 rounds. He was only able to use his jab, so I consider him like a Joe Weller with a jab. And I think that was his downfall. I think that was Logan's downfall, that he just didn't throw enough. So although the fact of the matter is that technically he did throw more punches, they were mainly just jabs. They weren't really doing anything in the first couple of rounds. They were just kind of trying to keep him at distance. All the while you have KSI, you know, going crazy. And yes, look, his technique was absolutely shocking at times. Absolutely shocking. Mind-blowingly shocking. It still did the job. As long as you do the job, that's the main thing. You guys all know Deontay Wilder? Well, you may not know Deontay Wilder, but if you don't know Deontay Wilder is, basically he is part of the heavyweight division, and now his technique isn't exactly fantastic. I've seen him literally throw punches like this before. I can't remember who it was against, but he threw some pretty wild punches. Deontay Wilder, huh? Wild punches, wilder punches. No, let's not get into that. So the point of the matter is that even when you're like at the top of the heavyweight division, you don't necessarily need that incredible technique. You just need to have that power behind your punches, or you need to know at least how to actually connect with him. And I feel like JJ connected more with him in the opening few rounds, which is completely the opposite to how the Manchester fight went. Now, rounds 4, 5, and 6. Maybe not 6. Rounds 4 and 5, clearly Logan. Clearly Logan. He definitely came out with a force, and we are going to talk about round 4 with the knockdown. Okay, so clear knockdown, definitely a knockdown. But obviously, the big thing that comes out of this is when JJ went to the floor and he went for a punch on the floor. Okay, that's not allowed. We all know that's not allowed. He knows that's not allowed. And I get that in the time, in the moment, for two guys who, you know, haven't been doing this their whole life, their first instinct would be, you know, just to keep going for blood until they're told to stop. It's hard, okay? It's difficult. You know, it's easy for us to stand here and say, you know, well, why would you do that? That's dog. That's bullshit. In the moment, it's really different. In the moment, it's very difficult to stop just trying to go for blood. But I probably would have given it a 1-point deduction, not a 2-point deduction. 2 is a severe deduction in a 6-round fight. But I do feel like you need to be deducted at least something for such a boneheaded move. Okay, and that obviously changes the fight dramatically. However, I also think that JJ in the first couple of rounds, I can't remember which round it was, when he got the knockdown, but it wasn't classed as a knockdown. Well, that's bullshit. That was clearly bullshit. Now, I know that Logan and Shannon, you know, they were like, after the fight, they were like, oh, is that a knockdown? Blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of excuses that came out of Logan's side of the camp after this fight. However, I thought that it was a clear hit, and he went down, and I think that should have been classed as a knockdown. If you take away that 1 point to make it a 1-point deduction for Logan, and you give JJ the knockdown, JJ still wins this fight. Okay? He still wins this fight. In round 6, you could kind of argue for both sides, you know? You could argue for Logan winning round 6, or you could argue for JJ winning round 6. I'd kind of give it a draw. So I feel like KSI genuinely was the winner. Now, the reason why I keep saying genuinely was the winner is because after this fight, I've never heard so many excuses in my life. Like, there is some respect in the way that Logan lost. Okay? If he had got knocked out, you know, it would have been career done. Not career done, but it would have taken a really, really massive drop. It would have had a massive effect. It seriously would have. We all know that. It seriously would have. And we all knew the ramifications of who gets knocked out. I find that Logan still has some respect. Because the fact of the matter is he's lasted the 6 rounds. They went down to the 10-ounce gloves, you know, the no headgear. But the thing that really gets me is that obviously on the night, there's the genuine respect after the fight where you're like, oh, you're a dog. You know, you're like, as in a good, when I say dog, you're like, it's a good thing. You know, he just keeps coming at it, despite the fact that, you know, he's facing adversity, he just keeps coming back. But what I actually hate is the fact that after this fight, you know, after all the positivity in the ring after the fight, I know that he was still a bit of a sourpuss after the fight in the ring when he was talking about, you know, when the footage was being showed of the knockdown and the punch on the floor and you could still guess and you could still see that he was quite upset. And that's fair enough, okay? It's kind of like, I won this fight, you know, everyone's wrong but me. It's not how you should act, man. But then after the fight, the press conference where he's like, oh, you can hear in my voice that I'm sick. And 9 out of 10 times, I beat JJ. And also the fact that he's like, oh, I feel like, you know, I would definitely go over it for a round 3 fight. But the thing is, obviously, JJ's gonna be scared because, you know, I think 9 times out of 10 I beat JJ. Well, buddy, on that, you've had 2 fights against him. The first one was a draw. I'd argue that actually KSI won that fight as well. But that was a lot more even, you know, I can 100% understand a draw. We're not gonna get into that. That's one where you didn't win. And the second one, you lost the fight, okay? So that's 0 from 2, or 2 from 2 that you didn't win. So where are you getting this 9 times out of 10? Where are you getting this 9 times out of 10? You haven't won either of the fights. Not just one fight, you haven't won either of the fights. So where are you getting this 9 times out of 10 you beat him? Because I can't see it. You know that, yeah, you got the better punch, and you had the better technique. I actually think that Logan was the better boxer in reality. He was the better boxer. You didn't get it done. JJ got it done. You didn't get it done, Logan, despite the fact you got better technique. But you can't come out here and say 9 times out of 10 I win when you haven't won either of the fights. And then on the fact that you're sick, that's just lame, bros. Like, that's just lame. They're like, stop it. Like, stop, bro. I respect when people can understand that they took an L. And I just hate the fact that you've come out and tried to create excuses. Like, bros, you still did punch him on the ground. There is a deduction involved. You know, The fact you've come out and said you're sick is just embarrassing. I'm sick. Shut the f. And then to say that, like, you clearly beat him in that fight. Well, obviously you didn't clearly beat him in that fight because you were just a Joe Weller with a jab. But like I said, you did get the best punch, and that was a good punch. Like, woo. That was a solid punch. That uppercut was mad. I'll give you that, Logan. I'll give you that. The one punch, that one punch doesn't win you the fight. However, actually, I will say this. This is actually a good discussion point. This is a good discussion point now. It does win you the fight if you have that mentality. If you have that real kind of fighting mentality that I'm going to finish him now. I can see that he's on the ropes. I can see I've just gotten a good punch. If he doesn't get those few minutes to kind of recover, you're going to smack him. You're going to knock him out. Logan's going to knock him out. If KSI doesn't get those few minutes to recover, Logan wins this fight, he knocks him out. I'm guaranteeing him. You could see JJ was rocked. He was absolutely rocked. But you didn't have that killer instinct. You didn't have that killer mentality, Logan. You can see that in professional bouts, when someone's on the ropes, that's when the boxer comes forward and he's like, okay, I'm going to get him now, and just starts swinging. He starts getting him into the corner. He knows that the other fighter doesn't know what's going on. Like, he does know what's going on, but he doesn't at the same time because he's just been knocked down with a solid punch. That's what I was expecting that time. I was getting hype. I was like, oh, here we go. This is where it's gonna happen. You know, Logan's gonna win this. You knock him out cold. If you have that mentality, that killer instinct to just keep coming forward, don't let him defend, because you were just letting him run around. That's when you come faster at him. You come faster at him, but you let him to just run around and get away from you. But good boxers, they'll find him. They won't let him get away. They'll come at him fast and they'll just start swinging, you know? In summary of the fight, I do believe JJ won because he had that dog mentality where he would just keep coming out. I know he got rocked and I know he ran away, but in the same sense, he still came out and he had that flurry in round 6 and he had the flurries in round 1, 2, and 3. Round 4 is probably cost-worthy because of that 2 points, and that's why I think I just don't agree with the 2-point deduction. I believe with a 1 point, but then again, KSI should have had a knockdown, so it kind of evens itself out. But yes, I think JJ won that fight. I think it was very close. It could easily have been another draw. Woo! Heart attack central. How long can we keep this KSI versus Logan Paul thing up? Especially when Logan came out after the fight and said that, I don't hate you, JJ. You know, I really respect you, actually. Like, I really appreciate you, basically. No, I love you, basically. That's basically what he was saying. But that really annoys me as well, because, like, have you been lying this whole time? Like, I get you're putting on a show and all that type of stuff, but now if there was happening to be a third fight, you've kind of already said that JJ, you don't hate him. So how are you going to hype this up? I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, has everything been fake? I can see that KSI's not being fake. He hates you. And yeah, I feel like Logan should really get another chance, but in the same sense, I think YouTube boxing needs to go another level. I don't know how it goes to another level. I really don't. Maybe KSI versus Jake. JJ going to America and fighting Logan in his own home turf is like a boss battle. It's like a boss battle. How do you improve from there? Like, what's your next boss battle? I don't really understand. Like, is the next step JJ going into professional boxing? I just can't see KSI going and actually competing against like real-time boxers. Like, that's no offense to JJ. I feel like he can do anything he puts his mind to. He can actually do anything he puts his mind to. But I can't see him being successful in real boxing against guys who've been doing it since they were 4 years old, 5 years old. You know, like they've been boxing their entire life. I'd love to get into boxing, you know. I'm obviously way too small for a YouTube fight. Bazinga, I'm looking at you, son. No, I love Bazinga. But Ethan, you want to have a crack? Yeah? You want to? But honestly, I enjoyed the fight. I'd enjoy whatever they come with next. If it's KSI versus Logan, I'm still going to enjoy it. I'm still going to pay for it. It's not there for professional boxing use, really. Eddie Hearn knows that. I think these boys know that. It's not like that level. It's not up to that level yet, but it could eventually become that level. And I look forward to what's next. I look forward to what's next because there is just an unbelievable amount of opportunities that can happen here. There's an unbelievable amount of opportunities that can happen, and I'm excited to see how it goes from here. I'm excited to see where it goes. So let's get to it for today, guys. I do hope you enjoyed this. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Also, hit the subscribe button. If you're new around here, hit the little thing-a-ling-a-ling notification bell so you get notification every single time we upload. You love your sport. This is the channel for you. We do all sport all the time. And maybe one day, guys, you might see me in the ring, huh? You might see me in the ring. Like I said, that's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you later. See ya.